Hello everyone, it's Colin here. Just thought I would mock up a little video for you, as sometimes explaining things in words doesn't quite get the message across as well as a picture or a video would do. So as you can see, we're looking at Competa. Obviously, it's not being done in Rushden. This is Studio 2 in Finden, my version of Competa, which is exactly the same program. It's pretty much the same database of music as well. Obviously, Ian's added a few more things, and you've all got your own folders at Rushden, but trust me, it's exactly the same program. It works exactly the same way, and all the things that I'm about to show you, you can do in the Beetroot Studio. Lots of things to get through, some of which hopefully you will never have to use, some of which hopefully you will use on a daily basis. So I thought we would start with the basics. First of all, this little thing down here, on air. Make sure that it's always showing on air in red, not off air in grey, because once you've got the on air set up, that means that you will be sending the information of everything that you play from the music category of Competa up to the website, and also onto any other player that's listening to you. So, for example, my personal preference is for using Winamp. It's a very old player. It's been with me since I had Windows 95, and that also shows the details of what's being played, which, you know, listeners like that sort of stuff. Not quite sure why, but they do, so just make sure you've got the on-air thing lit up. If it's not, you just click on it, it comes on, there you go. You should always see server connected as well. If that isn't there, then it means that it doesn't matter what you do with on air, you're never going to send the information out. It basically just tells you that Competa is talking to another part of the system that you should never get involved with, and that everything's as it should be. So, first things first, here we have our main window, which you'd normally have on your left-hand screen in Rushden. Now, there was something which I turned on quite a while ago now, and to be honest, I've never seen it active when I've gone back into the studio, and I figure that could be because nobody's ever explained to you the way that you turn it on. This button here, large hotkeys, it enables this window, which gives you a whole load of stuff. As I said, this is my database, not the one in Rushden, so the contents will be a little bit different, but the principle is exactly the same. If you have this nice grey background, then it just gives you a little library of things that you don't have to go hunting for. You just pick it up and drag it across into your player, and then it's ready for you, which is great. But to be honest, you can do that from the music library just as easily. The clever thing with having the hotkeys enabled is if you click on the button there, which normally says instant play off, if you click on it, the background goes red, you get instant play on port 4, and let's just move that across so you can see port 4. And what happens is, it's kind of like having an instant play button. So if I click on Rushden Valley Dry, there you go. Straight away, it goes into player 4, it starts playing. If you don't want to have that, just click on it, and it goes back to how it was before. Simple as. So it's one of those things, you might love it. You might think this is just the best thing since sliced bread. It might be a tool that you never use, but yeah, it is there. It's available for you. Just remember to click on the large hotkeys button there to turn it on. So that's the hotkeys thing. What shall we look at next? Notes, it says here on my little bit of paper here. If you can hear that. Yeah. Again, a tool that you don't have to use. You may not ever make use of it. You might find it's really useful. If you like a little reminder of what you're about to do, then if you right-click in the playlist window, you can go to Insert Breaknote, and that opens up a little window, and you say whatever you like, really, because it's just a little reminder for you. So I'm going to say, talk about weather. Just as a little reminder, that's what I'm going to do. In between, Delamitri, always the last to know, and Paolo Nutini, Jenny, don't be hasty. And not because it's come up in the wrong place, I do apologise. It's there. Talk about weather. There it is. So, just a little reminder for me, after Paolo Nutini, talk about the weather, then play a jingle, and on to the next song. So that's a way that you can leave notes for yourself. Now, as some of you may have discovered, I've been doing an awful lot of copying and pasting, and I mean a hideous amount of, because I'm too scared to do it a scary automated way, which could break everything. Now, on the right-hand column here, you have notes, which will give you information about the songs that you have in your playlist lined up and ready to go. If you just hover your mouse over it, it'll pop up like that, so we know that Tragedy from the Bee Gees, according to the note, was the 15th most popular song of 1979 in the UK. Now, some of these will be a little bit longer. The group have sold over 18 million albums. Fascinating. Let's try and find... Here we go, a really long one. Well, to be fair, you don't really want to be reading text that small. It's an awful lot of stuff to put on there, and as soon as you move your mouse, it's gone anyway. Now, for me, I can't work that way. I need it up on my screen so I can read it properly. So to do that, all you do is select it, right-click it, and then say Show Item Notes. Ka-ching. Nice little window, nice clear text, and then you've got that to read off of. So, we know that Atomic Kitten in 2006 released a cover version of the Farm song All Together Now. Fascinating. There's all sorts of stuff in the notes, mainly lifted from Wikipedia, actually. You might get history on the band, you might get history on the song, you might get, well, who knows, to be honest. But that's in a little window that you can move to wherever you want to put it. When I did a live show in Rushden a couple of weeks ago, covering for Chris on a Friday night, I used the notes thing, and I just moved it over onto the middle screen, just to sort of keep myself having a clear view of Competa, but also keeping the notes on the screen so I could just read straight from them, nice and easy. Once you're finished with your notes, click on the X. Gone. So that's your notes section. What else shall we tell you? Let's tell you about something that I hope you never, ever have to use. Now, unfortunately, the royal family are human beings, which means that they do have a limited lifespan. I remember the aftermath of the death of Princess Diana. It was the worst week of radio I ever had to do. But basically, the first hour after discovering that a member of the royals, or a senior politician too, probably, has passed away, we need to react to that in an appropriate kind of way. Now, as well as keeping the radio station on air, you will need to let various people know. Ian, for starters, he may tell you there's other people who need to know as well. It could even be me. Happy days. Now, to keep the station being appropriate, we actually have a pre-programmed set of music for this eventuality. And to get that up and running, you right-click in your playlist, insert stack, and you will see this, Obit Hour 1. Obit being short for obituary. The little report in the paper that says someone famous has died. You then click on OK, and straight away it drops it into the playlist, so you're ready to go. This is the exact list of music that is programmed into the computer system at Rushden, ready to roll. Like I say, hopefully nobody will ever have to use it. It's the most horrible thing you'll ever have to do on the radio, but at least it gives you about an hour and a half's worth of music, so you can get your head together, tell everybody that needs to know, and basically let the management work out some sort of a strategy as to what's going to happen, and how we're going to deal with it. So hopefully you'll never need to use it, but it's there just in case you do. Right, I've been going for nearly 8 minutes now, so I'm going to call it quits on this one. I will be doing more videos in the next few days because I've got a new toy that lets me do it. So if there's anything that you would like me to cover in a video, do please let me know, and I'll do my best to sort it out for you.